I'm on a deck right now, Mr. Tom Hood's deck. He's in the Pine Glen area. He was here on Saturday when all of this happened. And Mr. Hood, just explain to me, first of all, I mean, what you heard, what you felt when this massive tree behind us came down.
I was lucky. I was in the basement at the time. My wife and her friends were out here, and they heard this sound coming, and they decided they should get inside. And as the sound kept coming, getting louder, they decided better go down to the basement, which they did.
Yeah, and we'll just show everybody, Carlo, if you can sort of just go over my shoulder here. This is why. I mean, this is a massive 200-foot pine tree that is on the side of Mr. Hood's house. But you're telling me that firefighters came by and said, structurally, it's fine?
Everything's fine, yes. And we're allowed to keep on living here, no problem, which we have.
Are you at all shocked at that?
I'm surprised, not shocked. Those were pretty big trees. But I didn't expect them to all come over at once.
But how can you explain that the house is still standing after having such a massive tree on it like this?
Luck, I think. I think it was well built, I hope. Well, I guess it has been. Yeah. But I've had no difficulty before. And
when you say you've had no difficulties before, you've been in this house, you're telling me, for about 50 years now.
Close to 50.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
Only the ice storm was the closest I've seen before. Other than that, occasional tree, but nothing like this.
And usually your backyard, what does it look like? I mean, give me an example. We can kind of tell with this beautiful deck that you would normally have quite a large yard.
It would normally be like a U-shaped backyard with trees along one side of the U and across the back and up this side. It was covered with trees.
So now as you're looking at this and the work ahead, I mean, what is going through your mind at this point and how you'll be able to get this place back to normal?
I'm going to be able to see my neighbors for the first time. I never used to see them before, but I will now.
You're remarkably positive for a man who's got a number of trees on his home.
I'm still here. I'm still here, and the house is still here, so what else can I say?
Yeah. How long do you figure it'll take? What have crews told you about what it'll take to either get you back online, but even before that, get all this cleaned up?
Well, I can hear the sound of the chippers, so I'm hoping we'll be online today, I hope. But so far we have no phone. Of course, even the toilets don't work because we're on septic tanks and wells.
Right.
It's been our savior in that I can go down to the septic tank and fill up a bucket and flush the toilets with the bucket.
It's amazing how resilient you're feeling about this when there's so much that looks like it's so wrong in your backyard here.
What else can you say? I mean, I'm here, I'm alive, and everybody's well, and there's no apparent damage that's going to force me out of the house. So, I'm happy.
And obviously you're going to continue living here as long as you can.
So. They're going to carry me out of here in a box.
Thankfully, they don't have to do that right now. Thankfully,
right.
We don't have to talk about that right now. Marcia, just an amazing, sense of resiliency, an amazing sense of positivity here, because there are people who are lucky, Mr. Hood included, that, massive trees that have fallen on his roof, but amazingly, and I've been inside, nothing has come through. It maybe speaks to the workmanship of this home. Who knows? But at this point, there are some near misses here and lucky people.
Mike, my goodness. Okay. In terms of power outages, are they rampant across the neighborhood where you are, do you think?
100%, yeah. I mean, I don't think I can see one power line that is actually up and intact. When you drive through here and you're walking through, there are so many that are on the ground. There's so many crews from Hydro Ottawa, Hydro One, that are responsible for trying to put things back to normal here. And there's so many people that are without, especially in this area. There's a school that's just about a kilometer away. Part of the roof was blown right off, so school there obviously won't be going on for at least a week or so. Schools all over Ottawa had to be closed. All 4 of the school boards said that they just can't risk it, trying to get people off the roads, making sure that cleanup crews have the priority. And that's the priority, and places like Mr. Hood's backyard here is one of the priorities, to make sure that they get these trees off of people's homes. And if his home is still intact and still structurally sound, that he can kind of go on living, even if it's without power, even if it's without water. At least he has a place to live for now.